It's the National Football League on EA Sports. All eyes are on Jamar Chase. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Bengals and the Commanders, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals
and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we've got a real clash of styles about set to unfold before us in this one, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, one sideline, you're looking at the #1 rushing offense in the league, and right across from them, you're looking at the #1 passing offense in the league. So how does that relate to this one? Both defenses have tough tasks. One of them got to stop the run. The other one, they're going to be racing around trying to fill up the passing lanes. Let's see if either one can get an advantage.
Turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Play action.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good start offensively. 15 yards in the game's initial play.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
From midfield now, Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line.
The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. To throw again on second down. Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
And Burrow going to throw again. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there.
With his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game.
And trotting out there, their tall quarterbacks standing at 6'5".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a first carry here for Robinson.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 139 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Looking to throw on second down. Bush. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Bush.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
To throw on second down, Bush.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bush, he's got it to Hilton.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Robinson with another carry.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Takes it at the 7.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
To throw on 2nd down, Bush. This is caught by Hilton. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Robinson on a give right side.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Bush.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. These two teams all tied after 1.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football
as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Bush. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, Bush. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. And a loose football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And the analysts.
That's perfect.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes it to Boyd. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25 on second down. Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Now Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And he'll be out of bounds. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
Robinson diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
And Charles is able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Now the extra point. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Scoring summary. 3-play drive.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Burrow will throw. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give him that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
2nd and 5. Robinson up the middle. 72 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Bush. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bush throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Right back to him on 1st down. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Robinson. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Bush. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 4 yards out.
And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out, and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Again, it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
On 1st down, Bush. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bush.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
The Bengals offense returns to the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Burrow throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again, it's Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
It's hard to be surprised in the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And this one all tied as they've gone to the intermission. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And you can see they lead the visiting Arizona Cardinals at halftime. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The Niners trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Bengals in that first half. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Holding, receiving team.
So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
While we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
Operating from the gun. Bush firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Bush. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. To throw on second down. Bush. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. To throw on third down. Bush. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That gain on third down, good for 28.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So a good decision that time by Zach Taylor. Washington going to send out their punter.
And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. He gets this one to Boyd.
Now a second down and 6.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken in at the 22. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bush looking deep for Hilton.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On 3rd down, Bush. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now Burrow down around his goal line. On target to his man, Likely.
And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
No hesitation, goes right back to Likely. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some. Here we go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow, he finds his man, complete. It's Boyd. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So 2 1st downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 48-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. And Burrow going to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. 2nd down at 4.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
On 3rd down, Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then...
He's got a man complete! And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here's Robinson.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Robinson with another carry.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
145 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run with Robinson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. From midfield now, Burrow over the middle, complete. It's Boyd.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 3rd and 2, now Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Washington on 3rd down.
6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on here to punt it away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Burrow. He sets to fire deep. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10.
Throw left side complete to Chase. And he'll be tackled on the other side in midfield at the 46-yard line.
Burrow on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The fullback dive held up short.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10.
At their own 44. They begin the drive with Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
176 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
4 yards to pick up, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Robinson up the middle.
And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And that is incomplete here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Bush. That's complete right around the 8.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
They'll run here with Robinson.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. Well, Charles, just impressive in all three phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the fourth quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Burrow looking to pass. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And the Washington offense heading out.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. To throw on 3rd down, Bush. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay,
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Well, look at Washington as they come onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 9. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's going to launch it for Washington. Wow, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And we'll see what he can do on the return.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Washington ready to try again on offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They'll run again here with Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
On the give.
And he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure that...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Handoff now to Robinson.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Robinson.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Washington going to send out their punter.
He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Commanders,
the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And